Okay, so I learned something new every single day at Terra Health Coaching. This week was a big one with one of our coaches, Michelle Loesch. I was reading some of her patient notes. She just finished up with a client that's actually continuing some monthly support. And I was reading some of her notes, some of her quick little things to incorporate in her life. The Soleus push-up. Soleus push-up. Now, I always thought that this muscle, it extends from the soleus muscle, extends from the back of the knee down to the heel, what we all know as the calf muscle, right? We've pulled it before, we've trained it before, we've used it before, we've stretched it before. I was an athlete my whole life, and I always thought that this was an active muscle. We trained it, right? I trained it to be faster, to jump higher, right? Right there, you can see it. But what I learned, which is crazy, I know, calf muscle is considered a skeletal muscle because it helps us balance and not fall over. We were made as human bodies in our evolution, we need to stand, right? We went from one position to standing. Now, we've been standing for a very long time, and until recently now we sit all the time. But it helps us balance and not fall over, okay? So that makes sense to me. A new thing I learned. But it's also an active muscle for running and jumping. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Anyway, 75% of it is slow twitch skeletal balance. 75%. 25% is plantar flexor, which is running, walking, jumping. Okay, so I wasn't totally off, but it's a combo, which is a very unique muscle in the body. And it's a very unique muscle because it doesn't, the fuel that it uses, it doesn't rely on intramuscular glycogen. The stored carb the stored carb that fuels most muscles in our body when we're lifting, when we're working them out, when we're lifting heavy things around and we get fatigued, right? It uses glucose and lipoproteins or blood fats. Now this is really cool because it's the brain and the body has built it as a skeletal muscle, a slow twitch muscle. So it's made for endurance. It is made for endurance because we're supposed to be standing for long periods of time and not fall over. So it's got a different fuel source for the running, for the active part of it, the 25% piece. But when you sit down, you are not activating the skeletal piece to balance because you're sitting. You're not going to fall over. So calf raises, the Soleus push-up, calf raises while sitting activates these muscles with increased oxidative metabolism. The oxygen burns blood sugar, which we need very badly. It burns blood sugar and fat, which we also need very badly. And it can do so without fatigue. So while you're sitting here, you can sit down, I'm doing them right now, at your desk, at the dinner table, while you're watching TV, and you can bang out some Soleus push-ups. Without fatigue, without getting out of breath. And we all know that going for a walk after a meal for diabetics or for people that are glucose intolerant, that going for a walk can lower your diabetes risk more than most medications, right? Because your body has to use it. Your big muscles, when you're walking, or running, when your big muscles, your thighs and your butt, when they're using that fuel, they're pulling it out of your blood to use it. Right? But some people don't live in maybe safe neighborhoods. Some people don't have a good pair of walking shoes. Some people maybe have a bad knee or they ache or they're just not ready to do that yet in their path to get healthier. They're not ready to do that yet. So take a seat and start doing some of these push-ups. This is fascinating. I mean, America sits for an average of 10 hours a day. We are built to stand and we're sitting for an average of 10 hours a day. That doesn't include laying down and sleeping. So that is the awake time. Now, diabetes is considered a top health problem in the world. Top 3, right? It travels with obesity, it travels with other things, but it is there. We need to figure this out. And we need to fix what we're eating, right? Most of what we eat is highly processed and refined carbs and processed foods, right? 60% or something of the food is refined carbs and processed foods. And also really, really bad fats. So it's clogging up the cells as well, so they're not metabolizing that sugar the right way and taking it to the muscles that need it, which now we just found a new muscle that can need it in a new way, or not a new way, but a new way to me, the Soleus push-up. 26% of Americans, I think, get the adequate amount of movement every day. So this is fascinating stuff. If you're out there, if you're a physical therapist, an anatomy specialist, a doctor that knows more about this than what I just talked about, I read the study that was linked to this article. Please chime in, teach us. But right now, I am on the Soleus push-up bandwagon. We are on Team Soleus push-up. I'm going to be doing them, and I'm going to be telling them about all of our patients and all of our clients to start doing them, because if you can lower blood sugar by 50%, which is said in the study, with a single session of the Soleus muscle contractions, we are going to save a lot of problems, and we can at least, it doesn't hurt, right? It does not hurt. We can at least try it. So try it out. Start telling your patients about this. I'm on the team. Let's see what we can do.